Hello guys, after a long wait, it's been about a week since I've put up a video, but I'm back and this one's going to be kind of a lengthy one. And I was wondering exactly what kind of content you guys would be more interested in. Lengthy ones like this, news feeds, current stuff like everyone has in the podcast and stuff like that, too, range from the broadband boys to BGST or whatever. But this is a topic that I came across, and it's not one that no one really talks about. And it's one based in the UK. It's from the website mirror.co.uk, and it's an article by Amy Coles, dated on the 3rd of November, or actually the 5th of November, which is today. And it is referring to a gaming addict who played 16 hours of Xbox a day, sought counseling after struggling to talk to real people. His name is James Callis, and he got really aggressive with his brother when he turned off his console during a marathon session. A student who claims he was addicted to video games sought counseling after he spent up to 16 hours a day glued to his Xbox. Jamie Callis, 21, says he struggled to talk to real people and miss out on university because he was so plugged into his virtual world. He was squared up to his brother when he switched off his console for 8 hours after one marathon session. His problems began when he was given an Xbox console as a gift for his 14th birthday. Jamie quickly became a fan of the virtual worlds that opened up to him on screen and progressed to play massively multiplayer online role-playing games, or MMORPGs, on a PC. In these types of games, players assume a fantasy avatar and usually play against or with other players in detailed virtual worlds. But soon Jamie was sacrificing his school holidays and weekends to play his favorite games: Call of Duty, League of Legends, and StarCraft 2. The habit took over, and Jamie was soon using most of his waking hours to plug into the online world. He said, "It got to the point I was playing it for 12 to 16 hours a day. I love staring at the screen. All the 3D people and animations blew my mind. I would come home from school, sit down for dinner, and play at least to 11 p.m. If I was left alone, I would carry on until 2 or 3 in the morning. I'd be at school, sat in a lesson, trying to look at work, and all I could think about was the games I was playing. How could I improve? What went wrong the night before? The only time I spoke to people, it was about video games, and it was all I could talk about and all I knew. I would have liked someone to shake me and say, 'Wake up.' But gaming literally became what I did." Jamie remembers the time when his brother turned off his computer after he had been gaming for 8 hours straight. He says the habit was so strong that he said that he felt that he was in shock and reacted aggressively. Jamie, who has now given up gaming and studies at the University of South Wales, said he was particularly drawn to the social aspect of the games, where players could link up with people from all over the world. But despite having friends online, Jamie said he found it hard to connect with people in real life. He said, "All of my friends were online. Playing with them is how I got to know them. I'd go to birthday parties as a teenager, but I didn't speak to many people. I remember going to a bar with my friends, and I didn't speak to anyone. I just wasn't used to the whole face-to-face communication." Jamie says he realized he had an addiction to gaming when he was about 18 and received his A-level results, got poor grades, and missed out on university. He said, "I realized if I continue to play these games, I won't be able to do anything. I will have no life, and I won't achieve anything. I knew I had to change my life and focus on something for myself. I didn't want to live in Barrie forever. I wanted to move away, and the only way I could do that is through working. I had a lot of anxiety when quitting. I would sit in front of a PC. I deleted all the games so I couldn't play them, but it was very, very difficult. Gaming was like a safety mechanism built in there." He went cold turkey and tried to cut games altogether. He says he felt many people didn't understand his problem because they weren't in his situation. He got counseling at college and now studies computer science and is keen to make others aware of this plight. Okay, when it comes to gaming obsession, the adoration for the worlds that we experience in, I could kind of feel that kind of attachment towards certain titles. A lot of times I personally feel kind of a little alienated when it comes to actually single player experiences. I enjoy creating characters, experiencing worlds where I feel free and I'm free to do anything in them. I do enjoy first person shooters ranging from Call of Duty. I could play JRPGs, regular RPGs, chess games, sports games, fighting games, the like. But my attention's all over the place when it comes to gaming. I don't really like to miss out on a whole lot of things, but when it comes to aspects like this, in a way I kind of feel sorry for the guy a little bit, but it's due to self-control on top of that. And it also brings up another point when we're so attached to being connected in some form or another with like our tablets, game consoles, freaking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these applications, and everybody feels so disconnected. So when it comes to seeing his point of view when it came to speaking to people in person, that's crazy. But on the flip side, I've seen people marry people in life because they met online a long time ago. I have a daughter that I actually have never met. I was hit with the dad papers last year, and I met her mom playing Halo 2 online, and it garnered a relationship between us both. It fell apart, not because we hated each other or anything like that. It was just that it was close to spur of the moment. So things do happen online through attachments and affections towards gaming and stuff like that too. We enjoyed playing Xbox together. That was just plain and simple, and I had a fun time staying with her. But outside of my story, a lot of people get lost and caught up with the world that they've built in, the fan base that they're in. That's why we have such heated arguments between PC, Xbox, and stuff like that too, because we have this attachment towards it because of the whole social aspect, mostly social aspect. There are some players that will avoid online altogether, but since they included all these implementations and these consoles to actually experience games in a broader light, it doesn't matter whether you can share your single player experience as a co-op experience or just a different experience than altogether for multiplayer. There isn't anything wrong with that. But with his story, it just seems like somebody needed to be more closely attached to him in his hobby, in his real life. And it's a shame because it will break you down if you're away from it. There's people that I've seen go with withdrawals, like literally when it comes to games. I myself haven't really experienced that, even though I do get a little distracted when it comes to certain titles that I have interest in, and then I turn it off, and then I go back to another title. It's just the fact that these days games are so accessible, and people own tons of different titles, and it ranges from PC to game consoles, stuff like that too. And it's a growing world where we have attachments towards all forms of media. It doesn't matter whether it's television, music, or stuff like that too. It's so accessible and easier to get these days. But I'm glad you stopped by to listen to this video. I hope you have a great time actually in the comments, or hit me up on Twitter or any other place like that too as well. I have an Instagram if you want to check it out. It's mostly music related, but anyways, the X is coming around the corner. It's gonna be fire. All the PlayStation fans are kind of disappointed on the fact that they spent money on inferior tech. I'm just sorry to tell you that. I own a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I'm glad I own it. It is a great console, but when you want to set a bar for gaming, and you want to set a bar for having the best fun time that you could experience online, don't go past the X. Don't bring the X down, because it will bring you down with it. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you.